Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of r/IDontWorkHereLady, where you can find stories about some real oblivious people. So make sure to subscribe for more if you haven't already, and let's get right into today's Reddit posts. If you're in security uniform, apparently you work everywhere. So I, at the time a 25-year-old female, had finished a security shift, around 1:30 a.m.-ish, and was heading home. I stopped at a gas station to pick up a drink, and as I'm paying, the clerk was like, could you do something about that girl over there? I looked where he was pointing, and there was a drunk-looking girl in her early 20s, sort of swaying at the back of one of the aisles. I, confused and a bit slow, said, "You want me to do something about her?" Not connecting the dots at all. He repeats himself and adds, like, could you make her leave or something? I'm still kind of thrown by the request, but I do try to help drunk women in public as a general rule. Do unto drunk others as you would have others do unto drunk you. So I amble over and ask if she's okay. She doesn't answer and continues to sway. Her purse is kinda hanging off her shoulder and open. I can see a huge bottle of Jägermeister and normal purse things. I ask again. She mumbles, she's fine. I ask her if everything's okay and say that she's been here a while. She slurs something unintelligible. I ask her if I can call someone for her or an Uber. Eventually I'm able to decipher that she is already waiting for a ride. Less through words, more through her brandishing her phone at me. Satisfied that she has a safe route home, I go back to pick up my drink, and the guy looks at me exasperatedly and was like, "You're not going to make her leave?" I told him, "I can't make her do anything. Doesn't look like she's shoplifting, just waiting for her ride. This is private property, so if you really want her to leave, you're going to have to call your security. Bye." And I skipped off without waiting for a response. Yeah, really, what does this guy think a security guard is? Security for the general public? Maybe he thought it was a police uniform, who knows? Lady is reporting me to the medical board. I'm an architect. I work in an architecture firm in a large building that also contains many other types of professional offices. The receptionist for my firm is on another floor. My office is on an upper floor in a corner, so it's not a logical place for people to go first when they come to our building and don't know where they're going. Nevertheless, it has a door directly to a main corridor, so lost people occasionally knock on it, which is why we have a sign on it with the name of our firm and directing people to our receptionist on the 3rd floor. Alas, the sign did not deter this middle-aged, impatient, lost lady and her husband from knocking on my door. Is this the doctor's office? No, this is an architecture firm. How do I get to the doctor's office? There are building directories in the stairs and at the elevator. I start to give her directions to stairs and elevator, but she interrupts. The lady getting huffy and impatient, and pushing her way past me right into the middle of my office, says, "Why can't you just tell me where the doctor's office is?" I'm sorry, but there are a lot of offices in this building, including at least 10 doctor's offices, and I don't know their floors or office numbers. Can't you call and find out? I'd be happy to let you use my phone. Why can't you call? Sensing I'm not going to get rid of her unless I call somebody, I say, "What's the doctor's name? Do you have the number?" I don't remember his name. I have a 2:15 appointment. I'm going to be late. Note that this is not an elderly woman, and I just wasn't getting the sense that this was a confused old person with a memory issue. But still, I'm trying to be nice and helpful, even if just to get her out of my office. I'm sorry, but without a name or number, I don't think I can call the doctor's office for you. Maybe I can Google this address and see what doctor's offices show up, and that will jog your memory? I don't have time for this. Call the building manager. I explained to the woman that I don't have contact info for building management, and there's no staffed main office in this building. We're back to there's nothing I can do except suggest that she walks down the hall and check the building directory at the stairs. Her husband is trying to drag her in that direction, but she's not having it. You are the worst receptionist. Businesses don't know how to get good people these days. I'm going to tell the doctor about you. I'm sorry, but I'm not the receptionist, and I don't work for your doctor. I'm an architect. You're in my office. In case that isn't obvious, from the fact that the door opens directly into my small, messy office filled with drawings. Our firm's receptionist is on the 3rd floor, as the sign on my door says, "Well, why didn't you say so? I will go wait down there." Wait for what? We're an architecture firm. Our receptionist works for the architecture firm. We have nothing to do with the doctor's offices or any other companies in the building. You can call her and tell her I'm on my way down there. At this point, her husband seems to be grasping that I and my office and my firm have nothing to do with her doctor whose name escapes her, and starts trying to explain it to her. She brushes him off and yells at me again to call my receptionist. I call our receptionist with the lady still standing there and say that a couple is on their way down, but that they are looking for a doctor's office in the building, and I hope that they will read the building directory in the stairs on their way down. Well, I have never before actually heard that phrase used in real life. I thought it was reserved for caricatures of uptight, entitled old women on TV, like Nellie Oleson's mother. She flounced off down the hall. That's like stomping, but floatier because she was suspended by hot air, dragging her husband. I thought that since they had to use the stairs or elevator to get to our reception area, they would see the directory on their way down, and it would jog their memory as to which doctor they were looking for, and it would tell them where to find that doctor. But no, she did find her way down to pester a receptionist, and told her that I was a horrible employee, and that she was reporting me to the state medical board. Edit to clarify that there's no building security. There are 3 ways into the building, and no lobby, no front desk, and no main office. That's why there are directories in the stairs and elevator cores on every floor. I do feel bad about foisting her off on a receptionist, but that wasn't really deliberate. I was just trying to explain that my office wasn't reception, and that it even said so on my door. I thought that once they got to the stairs, they'd read the friggin' directory and go wherever they belonged, but that didn't work. My receptionist knows the rest of the building tenants better than I though, and was able to send her somewhere. I don't know if where she got sent was correct, but she didn't find her way back to us. Donkey punched by a customer thinking I work there. This happened a while back. To be fair, I was wearing khakis and a solid color long-sleeve shirt. I worked at this store for the company for a total of 5 years, but had quit several months prior. I still can't help but offer help to people that look lost. I had just finished grabbing something from the back of a high shelf for a short older lady when a shopping cart hits my hip pretty hard. Even though I was just standing still and it definitely wasn't my fault, I reflexively apologize. Being raised in the South, I can't help but start with, "Oh, sorry, excuse me," and I sidestep in case I was in someone's way. When a crazy lady says, "Yeah, excuse you, now get something down for me." Ma'am, if you would ask nicely like the other lady, I would have. But I don't work here and I have no obligation to help you. I turn to continue shopping and walk away from this crazy lady when she punched me in the back of the head, nearly knocking my glasses off my face. It had to have been a full force swing because she was wringing out her hand like it hurt her. Then she says, "That got your attention, now get that down for me." I could still feel the sharp sting in the back of my scalp. My head was throbbing, the blood was rushing to my head. My face even felt hot. Simply put, I was fuming. I luckily had to self-control to not draw my concealed carry weapon, as to not escalate this further. And I say, "I will not be helping you with anything. I'm leaving." I got another zing of sharp pain through my head, and through clenched teeth say, "Touch me again and you're going to have a very bad day." Not a threat, mind you. A promise. The crazy lady just stands there kind of slack-jawed. I don't know if she saw something in my eyes or heard something in my voice, but she just closed her mouth and just looked at me. My friend who works security there just so happened to see when she hit me in the head and walks up. "Do you want me to call the cops to have charges pressed, or just have management trespass her?" I looked at her. She was as white as a ghost. I knew the significance of having someone trespass from the store, as it is a company-wide trespass. I explained this to her and told her I'd rather not ruin her ability to do decent shopping in the area. I know that some will say I should have pressed charges or had her trespassed, but I've seen her interact with a few employees in the past few months. I'm always there, and she's actually been a decent human being to them. I think she must have had some kind of mental break at the time, and the incident was like a wake-up call for her to turn a new leaf. I can just tell a lot of you guys are pulling your hair out at the fact that OP didn't press charges. What is this OP going on about? A wake-up call and turning a new leaf? She punched OP in the back of the head, and not only did they not press charges, she didn't even get trespassed. They all just let her walk away like nothing happened. And all just because OP had apparently seen her a few times before being normal, and not hitting people. I don't know if I really agree with that logic, but okay. Surely, getting to walk away with zero consequences after attacking someone is gonna help her turn a new leaf. And a bit unrelated, but OP's playing a bit loose with the term donkey punch in the title. The usual meaning of that involves a bit more than just a punch to the back of the head. Fire this person that doesn't work here because they can't help me. So I was shopping in my city and went into a small business store there that I like to get my dice and tabletop games at. I frequent this store pretty often and have become acquainted with the owner. We chat during my visits, and as I am one of those I put the items back on the shelves after I am done looking at them type of person, it is understandable that this lady might have confused me with an employee. Quick info, the owner only has one employee who wasn't in that day. And the store isn't too big, easily manageable for one person alone. No uniform, just name tags. The following conversation ensues. A lady says, "I am looking for game." Don't remember exactly. And I begin to say, "Don't think they have it here, but..." Lady cuts me off. "Then where can I get it?" "Sorry, I don't know, but..." "How can you not know? Do your job and tell me." The owner joins us due to the commotion. "Sorry, is there a problem?" "Are you the manager? Your employee here refuses to tell me where I can find game. You should fire them." The owner looks at me, smirks, and says in his best customer care voice, "OP, you are hired." The lady is confused. I'm catching on and I say, "Oh cool, thanks." "You refused to help this lady?" asks the owner. "Sure did," I said. "You're fired." "Ah, dang," I said. Then the owner says to the lady, "Now what did you need again?" Never seen someone look that much like a fish and then huff and puff out of a store. Honestly, one of the best encounters of my life. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it. And be sure to hit that subscribe button while you're at it. So I'm out of here, have an awesome day friends, and I'll see you all next time.